Okay, welcome to my how to break the stable hand video. So in the previous video, I had a tier list in which I've rated the stable hand arguably low in B rank, but that's mostly because I rated what a character has out of the gate, not what you can do with it. So we're gonna rectify that and show you how exactly you can make stable hand the most broken character in the game, I guess. Uh, so we're gonna play around his passive hard work. Uh, so we're gonna want three things essentially. First thing, we're gonna want a good weapon, and good weapons come in the form of a two-handed or a one-handed strength weapon because we have a fairly high strength, and because we're not gonna be able to use focus for all of the roles, we're gonna want our stats to compensate for the rest of the roles. There is one exception though, and that exception is a cannon. So a cannon kind of disregards stats. For that, we just need a focus instance of one roll. So we're gonna be looking for a cannon or for a good strength weapon. That's step one. Second step is gonna be getting back the focus. So we have two options. So that's getting the refocus skill. You can get it in two ways. One of those ways is getting it on a trinket or getting it on a hat. So the hat is not ideal because we're gonna have to run a mage hat in that case, where I would prefer attack damage or something like that. But if we do get it, we do get it. And trinket works just fine, but the trinket is a little bit rare. And another, in my opinion, more reliable and more abusable way is the pipe. So there's a calming pipe that allows you to essentially get back one focus every time you use a herb. And I mean, with that I can lead into my next point, and that's we're gonna be using the herbalist to maximize the herb gain. You don't need to run the herbalist, you can run him on his own, you can run any characters you want, you can go 3, 4, it really doesn't matter. If you want, you could potentially like do this. You're gonna get a lot of herbs then, but the thing that's gonna be stopping you at that point is the fact that you don't have enough bonus action points, because eating a herb in combat requires you to have bonus action points, and especially if you're using a cannon, because reloading the cannon is also a bonus action. So we're gonna go over the setup. This is just from the Silver Crown, as you can see, this is just a journeyman mode. It's nothing special. Default settings, journeyman. You could do this on apprentice definitely, and you could also do this on master. I don't want to do this on master because master usually a lot of the time it's less more about playing skillfully and more about getting good RNG, because you need some conditions to make it more efficiently, otherwise you're gonna get eaten up by chaos. So this specific one, Royal Mines, so the third chapter, I'm not gonna show you the game, like I'm gonna show you the key moments that you need to know to break the game, because I want you to play ideally the game by yourself. But I will go over the setup. I'm using two characters to be friendly towards the people that are gonna play on master. I'm only gonna use 3 loadout points on each of these. So first, I'm gonna take Nimble on the stable hand because, as I said, this revolves about having enough secondary actions. So secondary action it is. The plans, I have more plans than probably you will because I have some unlocks going, so I guess you could say I'm cheating a little bit. But what I want is, it doesn't really matter. Actually, you could not take anything and it would be fine, but I'm taking these because I like it. So where is it? Yeah, let me just grab there is actually a very good item that I can't see for the life of me. Let me see. No. Blood ring. So we're actually gonna grab Blood Ring instead of gold, and that is because Blood Ring gives you 2 attack damage, so your basic 6 damage weapon becomes an 8 damage weapon. You can see how that is strong, and I'm still sticking to the 3 points. For Herbalist, we're going to be going with, since the Herbalist is pretty slow, I could go for Eager or Gifted. Now, Gifted is more reliable because it just gives me base stats of everything, and I really like running Gifted at least on one character. Alternatively, you could take Navigator because maps are big, you're gonna be using boats, you're gonna be using land boats, so essentially Navigator just works, and it procs quite often, so you save 2 movement points. Lucky novelty skill, usually unless you're taking the Carnival ticket, you don't really need it. Others, Deep Thinker, always decent, you could take it, but I usually don't. Eager, because you're slow, works, but that's usually a tank skill, so I'm just gonna go with Gifted or Nimble because those work for me. Supportive is useless because you're gonna probably be using range weapon anyway. Tactics, too random. The movement, I'm not, ideally I don't want to move at all because I need the bonus actions, so we're just going to get Gifted. And the next thing I'm gonna grab is Bag of 40 gold. So like, you're not gonna have it at the start. This could actually be like very big, or it could not give you anything, so don't feel too weighed down by it. Grab an extra herb or 2, it might help you out. Grab a lockpick, it doesn't really matter, you can just clear a couple of camps, do a quest, and you're gonna get that gold anyway, so don't worry too much about it. I'm just grabbing it because I could potentially break the game right off the bat, so I'm just going with that. And I'm gonna go into the game, and I'm gonna show you the key moments towards this breaking happening. So, see you then. Okay. I promise this is my first run. I promise. Okay, so core item unlocked. So yeah, so we're gonna make a beeline for that. That is very big to get. Market. Okay, knowledge pipe, not what we're looking for. Anything else that can help us? So as you notice here, I was a little bit hyped about the fact that in my first run managed to get the cannon as a quest reward. You're most likely not gonna see that, but it's something to keep in mind that this can happen sometimes, and well, this just made it so I can just do this thing right off the bat. So now, with one of the core items acquired, we're gonna visit the Itsy Bitsy Spider Cave that you saw there. That is also good RNG because Spider Cave is the easiest cave you can get at the start of the game. So here's the first combat where I basically show you why the cannon as a weapon is broken. I just used one focus. Spider dead. So after clearing the Itsy Bitsy Spider Cave, I decided to move straight for the objective. I thought that the faster I get to the next continent and I get to the cities, maybe I can find the calming pipe. So I didn't really much think about it. I was like, time to beeline. And then on my herbalist turn, when the turnover happened, I got rewarded with a crucial item. That being the Dancing Nettle, which gives you 2 secondary actions in combat. Together with our planned strategy, well, needless to say, that is quite strong. And then I saw another fantastic thing. After that, I kind of understood that it's kind of about time where I can actually show the strategy coming together. So I just got the pipe. I got a couple of plans, you know, just to get something going. So now for the strategy to work effectively, what you want to do really is be on one focus. So I don't initiate combat here with the Herbalist because I'm on 2 focus right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that focus. It's gonna be wasted, but you know, at first I didn't really think about it, but then I had a second thought. I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to use that focus. So this is like a mini showcase. In the next fight, I like fully showcase what it can do. And keep in mind, this is an early game where you don't actually have items, so you can't like fully show what you can do. So it's like this is the bare minimum for this strategy. Like this is more or less how it works. So this is not even using plans. I just show how hard work works. Yeah, and don't forget when you switch off the target, it does reset your focus. So if you have to retarget, don't forget to focus again, because that does disappear. And now as you can see, I got my turn again. I reload, and then I go for another shot. This time, I mean, I used the Scholar's Word. Not the best idea because it leveled me up, so I actually regained focus. You can see I got 3 focus. Normally a level up gives you 2 focus, so not ideal, but you know, it is what it is. So I just basically, you know, finished this guy off fairly easily, you know, just shoot him in the face. I didn't even use focus because, you know, I'm dumb like that, because I switched targets and it reset my focus. And you know, the next fight, however, the quest objective better showcases this strategy, as in that one I actually get to use some plants. So in here I actually can't move far enough. I could have, but the Herbalist wouldn't have been in range, although I could have soloed it. So here I make a crucial mistake that makes me have to reload the game, because I went in and I forgot to put myself on one focus, essentially making it so for 2 turns I can't use my ability. So here I do reload the game, so let me jump in the point where I actually reload it. So this is ideally what you would do. You would reload if, I mean, you don't really have to, but I do it here because I messed up. So I reloaded. I got another plan because find Herbal P. Here I use 2 focus, and I skip the turn to basically re-engage with this guy so I can use his focus, and I go into the fight with 1 focus. And the idea is now a little bit different because I can actually go multiple times. So they're not in ideal positioning. I can't completely destroy them. So I use focus, I get hard work, I get my turn back. Okay, great. I use Dancing Nettle. That gives me 2 bonus actions, and I mean, self-explanatory. I get 1 focus back. I reload again. I use my focus again. I fire. That guy is dead. Now I'm out of focus, but what I can do after reloading, I can, you know, just take another herb. That's gonna give me another point of focus. So in this case I used Hermit Grass. It doesn't matter what kind of plant, you just use it to get back the focus. So in this case, back the focus, use it again. Well, and would you look at that, he is dead. And now I had another, well, I actually messed up in this point a little bit because I didn't use the focus, but it still killed him. So the idea here is, even if I would have gotten another turn, I wouldn't have been able to attack again. Well, I would have, because I would have been able to reload, but like it's not that bad because like now I reload, I use the focus. I basically just, you know, attack him with focus. I get another turn. I mean, you pretty much get the deal. It's a little bit intensive because mistakes kind of skip you turns, but if you get it going effectively, if you have a lot of bonus actions, you have Dancing Nettles, you can basically go forever. You're really not being held back. Like, I haven't really perfected this strategy. I don't really use the StableHand too often. I just find him like a neat character that can really break the game sometimes. And I mean, keep in mind that like you're not gonna get the cannon every time. Like in all the games I played, I've seen the cannon only few times, and most of the time it's like as a quest reward, so just keep that in mind, and have a nice day.